Hello students, this is PDG ma'am, and in today's video we will be looking into this year's board's pattern of the question. Okay, so I will be actually discussing a bit on the sample paper which is already given. So it's nothing new. If you have gone through the CBSE website, then you have already seen the question pattern, and I'm sure you all will be having your pre-board exam very soon. Okay, maybe in the mid of this month or end of this month or something like that, or maybe it has also started in your school in some or the other way. It might be a little different this time, the way we are conducting the exam, but exams are going on, right? Okay, so I will be just discussing the question paper pattern that has been prescribed by the board, and I will also be comparing it with that of the last year so as to make you all a bit aware of the changes that has happened or that you can expect in your this year's paper. And I will also try to point out the areas which I feel, this is but absolutely my personal views, but over the years whatever I have seen, or whenever we went for checking, or whenever we are teaching, or whenever we are going through some kind of journals or whatever ideas we have gathered. So I feel that I will try to discuss the areas where I feel you can lose out marks, and also the areas where I feel you can get a lot of marks. So this actually will be to an extent just a discussion on the question paper pattern of this year, that is students who will be appearing for their boards exam in 2021, that is for the session 1920 to, sorry, not 1920, it's 2020 to 2021. See, this year has been a total what you call it, a roller coaster year, and so this mistake, and I will not edit it, I'll keep it that way. So this is for the year, this particular session, which is I'm talking about the 2021. So please keep on watching. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the basic framework first. Okay, now you know your paper is a 100 marks paper, out of which some portion will go into your practicals and the rest of it will be there for your theory. Now there has been no change in that division. Your practicals remains 30 and your theory portion remains 70. So the basic structure is still the same. Okay, there has not been much changes in your practicals also. The divisions are still the same. The project topics are also same. You have 30 marks, which is again further divided into two projects. Project 1, market survey. Project 2, business plan, each carrying 10 marks each. So 10 plus 10, that gives you 20. And the rest of the 10 marks is again divided into two portions, which is 5 and 5. 5 goes for your numericals, which we call it as the written part, but actually you get numericals there, not very tough, simple ones. Mostly we have it on EOQ or ROI, ROE or BEP, you know, these sums we usually have. That is for your numericals, 5 marks, and the rest of the 5 is how well you answer. So that is your external comes and asks you question based on what you have prepared, or anywhere from the topic or from your syllabus that can be done. Okay, so this is how your practical is structured. I'm not going into this detail because this is the same, there hasn't been any change in it till now. Okay, so if there are changes, I will definitely make another video on it. Now coming to your theory paper, which is of 70 marks, there the pattern has this year changed quite a lot. It is good also, and it might be a little tricky for you also. Good because out of 70, if you see your paper, you will see that you have 21 questions carrying 1 mark each, which are mostly of MCQ pattern. MCQs, whenever something is, whenever this word comes to your mind, MCQ, we get excited because we feel, oh, I will be getting 4 options. Very good. I will just, by seeing the option, I will be able to get the right answer. Which is not wrong, which is true, which is also there. If you have some idea about the topic, and if you are a little confused, or maybe you just can't, remember that technical term, but you know it, So in that case, if you're seeing the MCQs and if the options are given to you, you are lucky because you will very well know what the answer is. But MCQs can be very, very tricky also, especially for your entrepreneurship and business studies. Okay, so as I was saying that MCQs are can be tricky also, and why tricky? Because sometimes the options can just look so similar, like as if all the options are right, or at least A and B both are right, but I don't have the option. I don't have that option where it is said that both and B are correct. So even if the options are looking similar, even if you think that this can also be an answer, that can also be an answer, that is actually not the answer. There is one particular answer, one particular right answer, or at least the most appropriate answer. Okay, so you have to read your MCQ questions. I mean, you have to go through your MCQs very, very carefully. Give it time. Don't do thing in a hurry. You get a 15 minutes time, that is your reading time when you're given out your paper, but you're not allowed to answer. That is the board's pattern. They allow you 50 minutes of reading time. Fully concentrate on the MCQs, go through it, read it well, okay, so that you don't make a mistake out there. And don't keep your MCQs for the last, because there you will be in a hurry and you might make mistakes. So try to finish off MCQs in the beginning itself. Okay, that is my suggestion, advice. You might not follow it. That's particularly fine. Not particularly, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so that is all about your MCQs. So go through the sample paper. You will see that MCQs are there. Lots of MCQs. One or two true and false are also there. Fill in the blanks is also there, and the easy part and both the difficult part of your entrepreneurship paper, what we have seen over the years, is that you have to be very thorough with your textbook, because lines from your textbook are given. So do not blindly refer to the reference books, or do not ignore your textbook. Follow the textbook, the CBSE textbook that you have. Follow that minutely, go through it, read it like a storybook, so that by the end of the year you know what is where. I'm not asking you to memorize the page number, but it should be there in your mind. Okay, this is from this page. Oh, okay, that is from that area. Okay, they're talking about this. Nothing should be new. Nothing should come to you as a googly. It should all be, I know this. And you can do it, because everything is there in your book and nothing outside the book comes usually. So if you're thorough with your book, if you have read it, if you have given it a good reading and seriously read it, then the paper can be very easy. Options are there. You can score very well there. Now talking about the 3 marks questions and the 4 marks question. Well, I will not go into much details because question pattern can be the same, like whatever you had been seeing in your sample papers for over the years, it's almost the same, but the weightage has changed. Last year, since I have it written down here, so last year, if you're talking about the 4 marks question and the 3 marks question, you had 5 3 marks questions, so that was 15, and you had 3 4 marks question, that was 12. Okay, but this year you don't have 5 3 marks question, it has come down, it is just 3 3 marks question, so you have 9 marks there, and 4 marks questions remains the same. You had 3 4 marks question last year. This year also you have 3 4 marks question. So the number of questions carrying 3 marks has come down because most of it has gone into that MCQs or objective question, as we used to call it previously. Now we are calling it MCQ. Previously it was objective type question carrying 1 mark. We did have 17 question there last year. Previous to that we had just 5, but last year also there was a drastic change. We had 17 1 mark question. This year again it has changed. Now we have 21 1 mark question having mostly the MCQs, which I have already discussed. 2 marks question also, the number has decreased. Last year it was 7. There were 7 2 marks question. Now you have 5 2 marks question. Okay. And there are choices, not for all question or not for a particular section, but internal choices are there. So you can choose from there. 6 marks question. Last year there were 2 6 marks question. Now you have three 6 marks question. The good thing is that last year, I think, there wasn't any option for the 6 marks question as far as I remember. No, there was option. Okay, so there was option. This year also you have. So 6 marks question. Last year you had two. Now you have three. There are options, internal options, so that can be there. Now there is a new thing which has been added in your paper. I'm sure you have observed it. If you haven't, then just be a little careful about this point. There is something called source-based questions, which we did not have previously. We always used to talk about case studies, we used to have questions which are of the case study pattern. You had to study, observe, and then give your views and all, but this time it is a source-based question. So now let's concentrate on this new inclusion, which is the source-based questions. Now, source-based means it is an extract. It is an extract from either a magazine or a newspaper or a journal. It could be also an extract from a website. Okay, some kind of news, some source-based information that we are extracting and that we are putting in front of you, and based on it, questions will be asked. Now, this is not out of syllabus. Definitely, this is very much related to your syllabus, but this is outside your textbook. Okay, it is keeping in mind the syllabus. It has all the elements, all the things that you have studied. It will actually see how well you have understood. So this is application based, this is high order thinking skill, this is case study based also, and we are calling it source based because it is an original piece of information which is given to you. We keep on hearing so many newses, we keep on seeing so many things around us. How aware are we of it, and how well we can relate it with the subject? That is exactly what this particular portion will check. And this we have one as a 6 marks questions, and the other one I think is coming in a 3 marks or 4 marks, or even if it's coming in a 2 marks, it doesn't really matter. But the thing is that you cannot ignore this part, because this is a new thing. This is an interesting thing. This will check your application skill, your analytical skill, and it will also have a lot of marks. It's not just a 1 mark question. Okay, so it has good marks. So if you have to go into the category of 90 and above, you cannot definitely ignore the source based question. Source based questions, you can expect a lot of questions. Like there can be a wide variety of area from where you can be asked this question. Like some topics are very common, like environment related, business environment related, franchising related, mergers related, different ways of promotion related, trend, the different ways of spotting trends, or even different forms of business organization, different sources of finance. So these things we keep on hearing them. We see so many things about advertisement, we see so many things about franchising, mergers happening every day around us, companies giving us offers. Because of this pandemic, so many changes have happened. Some people have suffered, some people have really made a lot of money because there has been so many changes in the pattern of our lifestyle and things. Okay, so as I was saying that so much has changed because of this pandemic and all, which has also affected so many business houses, the environment, the business environment, because of which things have changed. Okay, so there can be a lot of questions that you can expect from the source based part. So just be a little aware of what is happening around you. Just keep your ears and eyes open so that you know what is happening. You are a bit aware of the news that are coming up, especially related to business houses, competitions, promotions, advertisements, spotting of trends, different forms of collaborations happening. So this is an interesting part. This was not there. Now you have it, which is interesting, and it's not difficult. It's not difficult, but you have to be a little aware of things happening, and you have to relate it to what you have learned. Okay, and one more new thing which I've seen in this paper is they're giving you some pictures. Pictures were never there. Diagrams is a different thing, but now they're giving you examples of pictures. So you can have pictures of, brand mark, logo. Then you can also have names of some financial institutions, the acronyms, and you will have to identify them, or different forms of advertisements that we find around us, the different types of promotion schemes, billboards, hoarding, and things like that. So they can just give you a picture and ask you to identify also, which can come in MCQs, which can come in 2 marks question, even for a 3 marks question if it's coming with a bit of explanation also. So this is how your paper has been framed. It's interesting. There has been a lot of changes. So, but I'm saying that you have to be aware of your syllabus very well, especially if you want to score a 21 on 21 on MCQs. You have to be very, very particular and thorough with your topics and your textbook. Okay, so gear up and start doing what you're supposed to do, and I'm sure you all will do very, very well this year. Okay, this is a different year, but I'm sure the results will be great. Okay, so all the best.